Hi, I'm Frances, and I'd like to invite you to join me for my 12-week sun salutation course. Right now, I'm going to give you some demonstrations of 2 yoga variations of sun salutation and 2 adaptations of sun salutation. And this is just to show you that there's so many different ways we can do it for different types of bodies and abilities. So we're going to make sun salutation work for you, and I'm going to show you how. Here's a video, and I'm going to start with a fairly athletic version. And I call it athletic because it's not advanced. It's more that you can go deeply into the breath in any type of variation you do. So an advanced version is actually when you're really breathing systematically and deeply throughout the sun salutation. So you could be doing an entirely adapted version. So here I am in a fairly vigorous sun salutation. I'm coming into upward dog. I'm going to go down into downward facing plank. These are both fairly challenging. I'm going to make it easy on myself right here. I could do a little cobra and then push back into child's pose for a little rest. So you can see that my back is, here's a forward bend, and then I slide forward and into a little bit of a, we call it an extension, a back bend. So you can see that we are moving through different types of movements of the spine. Downward dog right there is a lengthening. Here's a lunge, but there's an effort to open the chest here. And of course, forward bend. So when you're forward bending, back bending, and lengthening, you're kind of squeezing the whole body into, like you're squeezing a stress ball. So that's one of the reasons yoga is so powerful, is that it works on so many levels. And when you add this element of the breath to it, you go even further. So that's one of the things that you need to understand is whatever sun salutation or yoga version you're doing, when you add that breath in it, that's what's making it advanced. So this version that I'm doing on the screen right now is more of a basic version, and it still goes through downward dog, so those first 3 poses. But here I'm going to put my knees on the ground rather than going into upward dog. And that's going to take a lot of weight off of my upper body. And again, back to child's pose for that nice little rest. And you see again here, I'm extending the spine. And it's all moving with the breath at the same time. Downward dog lengthens the spine. And then I'm going to lunge forward. And you see we're moving from forward bend. And when I come up, I'm going to do a little back bend, which is a little bit more vigorous. Oh, I don't do the back bend. Well, that's good because this is the basic version. Okay, excellent. So just give me a moment and I will change videos to the adapted versions. All right, so here we have an adapted version. So rather than doing it right on the ground, I'm going to use this chair for support. And there's a lot of adaptations here. So I'm going to take a nice and easy sort of half forward bend, but it's still getting that forward flexion of the spine. And then when I come forward into that lunge, you can really see the opening of the chest here. So it's actually very valuable for people who are quite fit to work with some supports too. And it should be a stable support. I noticed the chair wibble wobble there. And that's probably why I'm going to try to do upward facing dog here. But I don't really get a chest opening probably because I'm not safe and stable on that chair. It's very important to put it against a wall. And I'm going to show you another variation with a table. So the chair has the nice advantages. You have that, you can grip those arms like that, and you have the 2 different levels to use. And so each person is going to be completely different in what types of adaptations they can do. And that's why I've designed this course with 3 private lessons, 3 group lessons, as well as taped guided lessons, so that you can really get your own, what you need. The main point here is that whatever types of mobility issues you have, we can work with them. And well, maybe not every type of mobility issue. That's why it's a good thing to make an appointment with me and just talk things over and make sure that it really is, you really are able to participate in the course. So here I'm going to do another variation, adaptation of sun salutation. And I'm inhaling, and Tadasana, of course, the arms usually go up. but I'm pretending that, for whatever reasons in the shoulders or the collarbone, I can't do that. So that little forward bend, that little C shape, that was a forward bend. And here again, you can see in a lunge just how nicely you can get your chest open when you have a support. Much more difficult when you got that knee in your chest, da 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 da. But you can really get the lengthening at a table, and that is much more stable. But I'm coming up into like a Chakravakasana here, so that it's just an easier version. I just can't explain how many different types of ways we can do sun salutation that take us through the types of movements that we want. You could even do a really long sun salutation that had a twist in it, twisting one way, twisting the other way. But for our purposes, we're going to be starting with some really basic things, working with the breath, because that is what actually, I think I said that before, makes it so advanced. So I really hope that you're interested and will give me a call, because I actually have freed up 45-minute slots for people to have a chat with me about whether this is the right course for them or not. It's going to be really fun and going to take a certain amount of commitment. So best to just give me a call. There's a button below that you can click, and I really look forward to hearing from you. And thank you so much for joining me. It's a real pleasure to be letting you know about sun salutation in this course. Okay, so have a great day and talk soon.